If you're going to the range and shooting more than 20 rounds, you are wasting your time.
I've heard some wild takes about shooting in my life, but this one right here, this one made my soul tighten up like my first time shooting a 44 Magnum with weak wrists. Because apparently if you shoot more than 20 rounds at the range, you're wasting your time. Not my words, that comes from John Shrek McPhee, retired Delta Force Sergeant Major, the sheriff of Baghdad, a man who has forgotten more about shooting than I will ever know. And when a guy like that talks, you typically shut up and listen. But when I heard this clip, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of triggered me. Not because he sounded wrong, but because I wanted him to be wrong. Because I'm the guy who goes to the range for a quick session and somehow comes home after burning through enough ammo to qualify as a war crime. Now, here's exactly what he said.
Personally, I would tell you this: if you're going to the range and shooting more than 20 rounds, you are wasting your time, because you cannot focus 20 times as a human being on anything with the best of your ability. I could give you 3 rounds and tell you whether you should pass or not. I do it in every class. I call it the placement test. In 3 rounds, I can tell you where you rank.
So what do you think about the distance shooting then for pistols?
Waste of time.
25 yards?
Complete waste of time.
15 yards?
Complete waste of time.
10 yards?
Start doing it.
7 and in.
Get after it. But
so is that because that's where, in your history and in your experience, kind of the getting gets get?
Average gunfight in the United States happens at 3 yards. That's 9 feet. And that's the 90% of everything. Why would I need to do anything past that?
Because it's fun. But in all seriousness, like real quick, just let me be clear. Shrek is a beast. I'm not here to pretend my resume even lives in the same universe. But when he said 25 yards, waste of time, my Glock tightened up in the holster like, bro, don't drag me into this. And look, he's not wrong about close range training. Most gunfights are close, fast, chaotic, and ugly. I've literally said the same thing myself. I did a whole video about instinctive shooting where I said this: if someone's pointing a gun at you, your brain's not playing optical gymnastics trying to focus on your front sight. Your brain's screaming, focus on the person trying to kill me. So yes, close range is where you live as a concealed carrier. But here's where I diverge from Shrek a little. Danger doesn't send you a memo telling you the exact distance it's gonna show up at. And we have real world examples to prove that, like Elijah Dickens, the 22-year-old who engaged a mall shooter from 40 yards away with a Glock 19 and hit 8 out of 10 shots, saving countless people. Or Jack Wilson, who neutralized a church shooter at 15 yards with a 357 SIG P229 in White Settlement, Texas. Those aren't drills, those aren't hypotheticals, those are civilians stepping up under real pressure. So when someone says training past 10 yards is a waste of time, I can't help but think, but a waste for who? Now, stick around because there's more to unpack here. But first, a quick intermission, because this whole topic is exactly why I created the FAFO line. You see, FAFO isn't about intimidation. It's not about being a tough guy. It's about a simple principle. I refuse to be a voluntary victim. I'm wearing the FAFO hat in this video, and the whole collection we have in hoodies, shirts, drinkware. It's all over at shop.mrcolionnoir.com. I'll put a link in the description section of this video for you to check out. Now, if you're training, you also need your hearing. Your future self will absolutely appreciate this. That's why I run the AKT1 Blackout Wireless in-ear hearing protection. They're basically AirPods for shooters. If AirPods didn't give up on you the moment a gun goes bang. They have an NRR rating of 25 dB, 6-time hearing enhancement, Bluetooth connectivity, 10-hour battery life, and comfortable enough to wear all day long. You can grab them at shop.mrcolionnoir too. I'll put a link in the description section for you to check them out. All right, now back to the rest of this video. Let me start this part by saying something respectfully. Shrek's perspective comes from decades of high-level experience most of us will never have. My perspective comes from thousands of rounds, dozens of classes, studying civilian shooters, and understanding how I learn best. Two things can be true at the same time. Now, this whole 20-round thing, when Shrek says,
if you're going to the range and shooting more than 20 rounds, you are wasting your time.
I genuinely get the logic. If you shoot without intention, more ammo isn't going to make you better. But not everyone learns the same way. I'm a repetition learner. I don't hit my groove until after around 20 rounds. Some of my best shooting in multi-day classes has been after burning through tons of reps. Different brains, different wiring. What's a waste for one person might be a warm-up for another. Now, as far as the distance shot disagreement thing, this is the big one. You see, Shrek says 25 yards and 15 yards are essentially a waste of time. But here's the thing. Masad Ayub wrote a whole article addressing this exact topic to a degree, and in it, he lists several real-world shootings where longer distance handgun shots literally save lives. Here are two of them, verbatim. In the article, he points out, from a distance variously reported as no closer than 50 yards and more than 60 yards by some accounts, Stacy's accurate fire with his Colt Python 357 Magnum wounded the gunman and dropped him out of cover where the sergeant could finish the job with his patrol rifle. Then there's the story of Jack Wilson. Jack Wilson neutralized him with an intentional brain shot. He fired double action with his 357 SIG P229 pistol from a distance determined to be about 15 yards. Both men were praised, not charged. They weren't wasting time. They were saving lives. And here's the part where I agree with Shrek completely. Most of your training should be 3 to 10 yards. It should be fast presentations, instinctive hits, one-handed shooting, shooting under stress, fighting through the oh shit moment. Close range is where chaos happens. Close range is where speed beats perfection. But I think you should still train outside the average from time to time. Think of it like working out. You see, you start with the compound movement. That's like close range training. You do most of your lifts there. And then you have accessory work. That's like long range precision shooting with your handgun. Nobody builds their whole entire workout around bicep curls, but nobody skips them either. The majority of your training should be close range, but some of your training should include distance. Not to become a sniper, but so your brain doesn't panic the first time the threat isn't hugging you. Shrek's point about focusing your training is absolutely valid. Mine is simply, don't ignore the outliers, because sometimes the outliers are the reason people survive. You train close because that's where most fights happen. You train far because life doesn't allow you to pick the distance. And you train beyond your comfort zone because the day you need a skill is not the day you want to learn it. At the end of the day, you won't rise to the level of your fantasy. You'll fall to the level of your training. And see, I mostly agree with him. Actually, I agree with him almost 90%. It's just that part about not shooting at distances past 10 yards and only needing 20 rounds just made me go, oof. Not because I think I'm an expert, but because, I don't know, there's just something in my brain that just doesn't feel right. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's absolutely 100% right. Maybe I'm 100% absolutely incorrect. Let me know in the comment section and tell me what you think. Do you think this makes sense? Do you agree with this? Do you agree with me? Do you agree with all of it all together? Two things can be true at the same time. Let me know in the comment section and I will check you out later. One thing's for certain and two things are for sure. Politicians and tech giants don't want gun content to be recommended to you. And we're all fighting this culture war together. Now, you can help do your part by liking, commenting, subscribing to the channel, but most importantly, sharing this video with at least one person. Together, we can stop the suppression of our 2A rights. And don't forget to click the link in the description section of this video for the products that I mentioned in this video.